still here. Purple Reels, baby. Purple Reels is watching. Purple Reels is watching. All right, hello. This is Purple Reels is watching, season 3, episode 5. It's the holiday episode. It was supposed to be the Thanksgiving episode. It was supposed to be a lot of episodes. But, life happens. And so, but I knew I was going to get in here before we got out of here with the year 2022. What's Cooking, which came out in 2000, directed by Gurinder Chadha. It was developed with the assistance of the Sundance Institute, which caught my eye. It's a comedy, drama, and romance, and it's available on Amazon Prime. It's a delightful film that showcases many cultures. Everybody's praying in the movie. The transitions into each household I thought was brilliant, and it was a brilliant way to to show what connects us all, which is love, which is family. Just sharing the things that we go through, even if it's just friends, because some of us are not going to be gathering around a whole bunch of family. This movie, everyone has their own way to cook the turkey. I like that it was inclusive of most cultures. In this film, it was about Thanksgiving, but there was like a really big tragedy that connected everybody that they didn't even know would end up connecting them in the movie. You'll see exactly, what's going on here as far as, the different labels that we put on ourselves. And some people, they're willing and able to accept those labels, and some people don't, and that's where things pretty much get interesting. Then another movie that I watched that I like was called Nothing Like the Holidays. It came out in 2008. It's available on Amazon Prime. It's directed by Alfredo de Villa. It's a holiday movie, of course, comedy, so it's not just Thanksgiving, it's Christmas. I thought it was shot very well. When I say that, I mean it's like they were following. It's like, okay, to me, how I would explain it is you are pretty much the camera. Like, your eyes are like the lens, the iris, whatever. And when you turn your head, it's like you're turning, panning is just this, and tilting is just that. So like when you're coming into the place, if you're filming, like on this show, it's like they're making it feel like you're there. You know what I mean? And so it's a Latin flavored Christmas. It grossed $7.5 million at the box office. I felt like it portrays family values, love, forgiveness, growing pains that we all experience as humans, not just if we're African American, Latin American, Asian American, or just Asian African or Latin without the American on it, whether we're Caucasian or whatever, all cultures, we all experience these things, right? When it comes to the holidays, it can be tension for some. So yeah, family values, love, forgiveness, growing pains, and it's a reminder of that old school love. Yeah, like back in the day, I talked to a lot of people about this, where it's like back in the day, it was more of like divorce was more taboo, I would say, but people were still getting divorces. Of course, somebody's going to try to, come at me about that. But I'm saying it was more of a fighting for your love. Like if you really, like people, I feel like people got married more for love back in the day, but some people believe in getting married for money and security and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like love is the security. You know what I'm saying? Love is the security, because at the end of the day, that's what you're fighting for. And I also feel like if a person can't make me laugh, man, that's, you know what I'm saying? Because that's paramount, because life gets kind of sticky and it gets treacherous, it gets sad, it gets unbearable sometimes. And if you have somebody who always has an optimistic spirit or optimistic view on things, that's someone that you know what I'm saying, you want to keep around. I'm old school. I've always been accused of being very old school or having an old soul, which that is very much true. But also now as I'm getting older. My birthday's in January. Shout out to all the January babies, because, I always say that people, for some reason, they end up forgetting about January babies, where we are the light, and when it comes down to it, people will value that. But as far as remembering happy birthday and gifts and stuff, which I really don't care about gifts at this point in my life, but I'm just saying, growing up, it's like if your birthday was, say, on Christmas or anywhere around Christmas or January, people, they'll try to gift your gifts together, say this is your birthday and your Christmas gift, stuff like that. I'm like, nah, nobody coming for that. But so in this movie, Nothing Like the Holidays, available on Amazon Prime, came out in 2008. We see the aftermath of war on relationships, where the woman, that if she's a good woman, well, people are human at the end of the day as well. As far as if you want to talk about the physical, and people end up going or being with someone else while their person is gone for, maybe 6 months or something like that. That's a long time. That's a lot to deal with, if you ask me. But anyway, Nothing Like the Holidays. Check that out on Amazon Prime, directed by Alfredo de Villa. And the next movie, I didn't get the director, but forgive me, you can look that up too. It's called Boxing Day, and it came out in 2022. It's available on Amazon Prime. To me, it is a reminder that love conquers all, and it's pretty much going all over the place, not only just with the son in the movie, who is with this young lady who is very intelligent, she's brilliant. We go into her routine and whatever she's going through, and they're intimate, and she has something she wants to tell him. But this guy is, sometimes it takes these different things in our life, like not necessarily risk, but real life things that happen that force you to make a decision about things for the safety of your loved ones, but also certain things that happen in life that you do have control of, but sometimes you don't have control of, if you know what I mean. When you get into a certain heated moment and things happen, and then you're forced to be like, okay, do I want to accept this product or not? So anyway, Monday, December 26th also is Boxing Day. It's a day when servants, tradespeople, and the poor were given gifts. Queen Victoria also declared in 1800 that the country and the wealthy should box up presents or money for their maids, chefs, and housekeepers. So also in this movie, Boxing Day, the mother was, the last Boxing Day that they had, the mother had announced something. Of course, this time, the son hasn't come back in many years, and he's doing TV and all this other kind of stuff. The thing is, it's about honesty. So the person he's dealing with, they're really close, and he wants to pop the question and do all this, but he has some other things that he didn't tie up, loose ends, basically. I guess I'll just talk about Avatar. I just saw Avatar not too long ago, and man, that movie was awesome. I love how James Cameron just brought everything together and is moving it forward with the kids involved, and now it's about legacy and teaching them the ways of the the customs and everything. And just like in Wakanda Forever, though, there were some moments that were not as pleasant, as you would think that they would be, but it's, that's also life. So the next movie, The Preacher's Wife, directed by Penny Marshall, came out in 1996. It's starring Denzel Washington, Courtney B. Vance, and Whitney Houston. And it is about miracles and having faith. And in the beginning, I love how they have the aerial shot, and the narration is coming from the son, the child. So that's the point of view that we're going to see the movie from. And his question is, how did God know to come to us? And I love how they zoom in and out on the different churches and show how everybody worships, and how it sounds to God. And then it just, from the child's perspective, it shows how, everything connects to us all. It also shows about the miracle of prayer and friendship, I think. So the other movie I ended up seeing for the second time is Wakanda Forever. The first time I saw it with someone, and for me, like, I'm used to seeing movies by myself, as I say all the time, because it helps me to connect more. On a more personal level, when I saw it the second time, I'm dealing with some other things in my personal life that it just really helped me to expound upon, where how sometimes it feels like some task is being forced upon you that you don't think that you're supposed to be able to take, or that you don't think that you're able to handle. So in the movie Wakanda Forever, of course the sister is dealing with the death of her brother in the movie, Black Panther. She comes into contact with this underwater world, and just, I love how in Avatar and Wakanda Forever, how the writers and just everyone involved were able to take these stories to the next level. That's what I was more impressed with. Both of them I ended up seeing 3D, even though I wasn't trying to see 3D. I would prefer to just see the regular, but it was still cool. The music and everything that they used and the visuals were paramount. I saw it with Sif the first time, and I think that I missed a lot, because then I went to see it at AMC. They said it started at 12, so I was there like 10 minutes before. Of course, I got to get my popcorn and all this other stuff, but still. So then I went early when I went to see it at AMC, and I feel like now I've seen the full circle of it, and it was beautiful in just how they gave, even though whatever happened in the movie as far as moving it forward, I'll just say, so that I don't give it away, it made this character stronger. And at some point she had to just surrender, basically, and give in to her calling and what she was ultimately supposed to become. And a lot of times I hear this all the time with people, the greats, where they're like, they fought and they ran for a long time until one day something in their life happened to where they ended up giving in or giving up. Moving from Black Panther, then I was like, okay, maybe I want to see Avatar again first, before I go see the second one. But no, it was perfect. So I went and I was on time. Of course, in this day, I do another job outside of, Purple Reels, of course, where, I had to drive in the snow, and it just was a very intense day for me. So I was like, man, I need to escape to the movie. So it was the day for Avatar, Way of the Water. I think that you can still get something out of it if you haven't seen the first one. But if you haven't seen the first one at all, I think you need to see that one first, yes, so that you can connect with all the things and the different elements that are going on in the story. Because you're going to have to, because there's kids involved now. There's offspring from the movie, the first one. I think that was brilliant, because that's a way to get us to connect, because that we all connect with stories. One thing that was interesting is how they kept going from the language that was created, for the people. Pandora, I guess that's the country, and then they got into this, hey bro, and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, what? What's going on here? And then, but what I thought was brilliant, when they had to get away, at some point, and you already know that there's whatever water involved, and they go to this different area and they have to learn to adapt. For kids, I think that is brilliant for them to see, because in life, I believe that is the key to surviving in this day and age. So like when I was growing up, they were talking about how technology was going to change, and how, if you don't have a degree, you're not going to succeed. And so they're pumping this up, and they're pumping up marriage too. But I wasn't really hearing that. I was trying to focus on more of the, up here, because as a woman, it's like, okay, yeah, you're beautiful and all that, but I didn't want to focus on just being beautiful, because at the end of the day, after a while, that beauty, whatever, fades, but the beauty within, the beauty in your mind, that's, that's not, that's something that will last longer, I would just say. And you would hope so anyway. And then, laughter and all of that. So I say that to say this movie, I feel like it was brilliant because they're giving the kids keys to succeed, not just, they don't have TV or anything in these movies. They're living off of the land and the Awa, the mother earth, if you've seen it, and they connect, with their hair to and just like in Wakanda Forever, when they drink the purple elixir, the purple drink from the plant, and they're able to connect with the ancestors, it's similar, you know what I'm saying? And I really enjoyed that. I really love that because everybody has their center. Even if you're not religious, you have a way to connect with or to center yourself. And I just encourage everybody to get back to that. Okay, social media is great. That's the way that we were able to connect when, the pandemic was going on. And it still is kind of like a thing because some people, they have the residual effects of that going on in their life now, like anxiety or whatever, being around people now, which myself, I would say as far as Seattle, that's always been a thing. People, they have always had that Seattle freeze here. That's why I'm glad that I lived other places. I'm able to express and not feel like I have to be, and if I say hello, then, someone's looking at me like, what's wrong with her? The reality of the situation in this movie is like, it makes you think about what is more important. And it is family, but then you got to think everyone has different things that they're dealing with within their own families. So I try not to judge anyone because I know what I deal with my own family. When you want to love and you're being, you're kind of being restricted from being able to share that love. And so like, then what do you do? Especially in moments like these, as far as the holidays, so this is what I'm doing. It's what I love is to share movies, because that's not going to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Everyone for the most part loves movies. And so I'm sharing these with you so that you can share it with your family and have a great time. There's nothing that I'm trying to gain from it. Only thing that I gain is happiness and knowing that I shared great movies with people and great feelings and something that they can think about and make decisions based on what they've seen from other people's experiences. This year has been really tough and I was supposed to come back and do another show for Thanksgiving, then Christmas, but I say, with all this, stuff going on, I really just need to make sure that I'm okay, that I'm okay. And, I think that people will understand that. And I don't know, this might be the last show, for Purple Reels is watching. I'm not sure. It's just, it is a lot just doing it, on my own. And freelance is cool and all, but I have some other things that like music. I really want to be able to dedicate my time more to music and to the book. I also do work full time. So, it can be kind of hard on the body but everything must change, so I'm just taking it a day at a time. Out here in Seattle, we've had these snowstorms going on, and now it's an ice storm or whatever. But yeah, as far as the future goes, I really would love to share more with kids because I think that is very, very important because the children are our future. That's the only thing that's going to save us at the end of the day. And I just, I like to take time and just experience life as well, not just let it just keep passing. Yeah, this is the end of the year anyway, 2022. I just want to congratulate. I just want to commend everybody for getting through this year. All we can do is just do our best and leave the rest to God, right? Because, man, He's the one who created it all. He's the one that can change it all. He's the one that can intervene, show us the way to go. I thank you guys for joining me for Purple Reels is Watching Season 3. Film is life, and Purple Reels is watching.